Wow! You guys, you cannot believe. Holy snap!
Welp, Group C finally debuted on The Masked Singer, and I honestly don't even know how to describe what I just saw. This week probably had one of the wildest surprises I've ever seen, and no, I'm not talking about Nicole nailing that Britney Spears impression, because I mean, dang girl.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
So let's start this stampede. Here's our recap of this week's performances, the reveal, and our best guesses for each of the remaining masked members of Group C. Hold on to your tail feathers. Before we start, of course, head down, hit subscribe, and turn on your notifications. You're already down there yelling at me about my guesses, so let's make it worth both of our time. The Night Angel, the Bear, the Astronaut, the T-Rex, the Rhino, and the Swan took the stage tonight, but only 5 walked away. With my sanity, the Night Angel, with her creepy mask, performed first with You Give Love a Bad Name by Bon Jovi, which Jenny called
by far the best performance all season.
Next up was the Bear with Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. And, well, I think it'd be best for everyone if Baby got back to her day job, because that was something. Up third was the Astronaut, who was a little shaky but overall nailed Lauren Daigle's You Say, a song I could have sworn was by Adele, but honestly nothing surprises me anymore. This episode broke me. Fourth to take the stage was the T-Rex with So What by Pink. I feel that sentiment, girl. Up fifth was Rhino, aka Nicole's new love interest.
Nicole's falling in love again.
Nicole's in love.
Oh, it happens every season with whoever the tallest act is.
Who can blame her after the way he sang John Hyatt's Have a Little Faith in Me? And finally, the Swan swooped in to finish off the episode with Fever by Peggy Lee. But, of course, after her performance, it was time to vote someone off the masked stage, and the least shocking part of the night was seeing the Bear sent back into hibernation. What we weren't expecting, however, was who the heck was under the mask. Like, seriously, I'm shook. Here were the clues. She said, in my life, I've been both hunter and hunted, but after years of hearing all the phony baloney, I'm sick of everyone not knowing who I really am. In the background, we see a sign that reads Born to Hunt, a hand of cards that includes 3 kings and 2 aces, a calendar with live written on Saturday, and some hockey skates. She then said, maybe I've been a little polarizing, but like a bear, it's all been to protect my cubs. She then climbs into a minivan that takes off. Literally. I'm not even gonna get into who the judges thought she was, because I can tell you right now that no one saw this reveal coming. Sarah freaking Palin. Guys, I can't. How am I supposed to do this anymore? Okay. Here's how the clues lined up, I guess. She's a hockey mom and famously compared hockey moms to pit bulls. The kings and aces symbolize the state of Alaska, whose initials are AK. She was very popularly portrayed by Tina Fey on Saturday Night Live during her run for vice president on John McCain's presidential campaign. Of course, she hunts, and, fun fact, in 2009 she was named one of the Time 100 most influential people. Whew, now that we all made it past that, let's dive into the other contestants and who I think is hiding behind each of their masks. The Night Angel, I can't get over that. The Night Angel. The Night Angel hinted this episode, like an angel, I felt deeply blessed my entire life. Doors have always opened for me, and throughout the package, we see doors with the numbers 4, 5, and 6 on them. Behind one of the doors, the men in black are wearing duck bills, and behind another, we see a shot of some badass looking grandmas.
Gangsta grandmas.
I also want to note that in her post-performance chat with the judges, she totally put on a fake British accent. Nice try, Night Angel, but I saw through that clear as day. Robin thought she could be Taylor Dane. Jenny guessed Monica, and Nicole guessed Little Kim. I'm gonna start Group C off strong and make my official guess Miss Candy Burris. It was way too easy. She sang the chorus of Soleil's song 456 and wrote Bills, Bills, Bills for Destiny's Child. She also co-founded the restaurant Old Lady Gang with her husband Todd Tucker, which features recipes from her aunts and mother, who are affectionately known as the Old Lady Gang, not gangster grandmas. I'm no scrub when it comes to this show, Candy. Next up, the Astronaut, and I honestly got this one from the voice alone. But we can't just leave those clues floating in space. This episode he hinted, I've always dreamt of flying high because I believe that if you want something enough, not even gravity can hold you back. We then see a lei, footbone, broom, and toolbox floating around the cabin. Toward the end of the package during a crash landing, he also called a code blue. After his performance, he hinted that he started his career at a young age, leading Ken to guess Adam Devine or Josh Hutcherson, Jenny to guess Lance Bass, and Nicole to guess Zac Efron. But like I said, that voice is unmistakable, and my guess is definitely Hunter freaking Hayes.
Why'd your voice get so high pitched when you
You know
were?
what? He has a better percentage of being correct when his voice
The
goes up.
higher he goes.
Yeah.
The Astronaut hinted if you want something enough, and one of Hunter's most popular singles is called Wanted. He's also in the midst of releasing a 3-part album called Wild Blue, hence
Code Blue!
the foot and lay probably have something to do with the duet he performed with Victoria Justice on the 2011 Footloose soundtrack titled Almost Paradise. And finally, Hunter broke the Guinness World Record for the most concerts played in multiple cities in 24 hours. On to the T-Rex. She hinted, like the dinosaur, I was discovered by another who plucked me out of obscurity. She continued that she was put in a magical world where I was one of dozens of talented creatures pirouetting the land. How about that? All similar in looks, strength, and skill, a sisterhood of fun friends. We also see a drawing of the cardinal directions with north and west circled, a bow and arrow, and a balloon in the shape of a U with blue, pink, and white stars on it. Ken's batting fouls again, of course, and guessed Kourtney Kardashian. Jenny is pretty close with her guess of Maddie Ziegler. And Nicole, I'm sorry, but you're taking one out of Ken's book with that Rebecca Black guess. But, like I said, Jenny was close. I think the T-Rex is definitely Miss JoJo Siwa. Hear me out. JoJo appeared on 2 seasons of Dance Moms. The U stands for YouTube, and JoJo's channel is so popular. Last year, Kim Kardashian's daughter, Northwest, appeared in one of her videos. The blue, pink, and white stars are JoJo's signature colors, and her signature look also includes a big bow, hence the bow and arrow. Oh, and last year she was one of Time's top 25 most influential people on the internet. Guys, it doesn't take an archaeologist to dig up those facts. Second to last is the Rhino this episode, and he hinted, as a young Rhino, I was center stage, the toast of the town every week. We then see magazines with covers that read, Rhino, more like Rye Yes, and Rhino is unstoppable. He continued, being on top became an addiction. When I suddenly wasn't the best, I crashed and burned. I pushed the people closest to me away, but I got the help I needed to get back on my ride, and now I'm here to take a leap of faith. Finally, the package featured a bike with butterflies on the handlebars, a picture of tea, a picture of a guitar that reads Grand Ole Opry, a sign that says Faith, and one of the men in black wearing a blue wig. Jenny thinks he's Jason Aldean, and Ken is all in on Tim Tebow.
I am passionate about 2 things, medicine and Tim Tebow, yo!
Passion can be blinding, Ken, because my guess this week, thanks to a little help from all you on YouTube and Reddit, is former baseball player Barry Zito. Barry was a former pitcher for the San Francisco Giants, hence the pitcher of tea, and the Gentle Giant line. He also co-wrote a song called Butterflies. The blue wig might be a reference to the time Barry dyed his hair blue, and the picture of the Grand Ole Opry is probably a reference to his former AAA baseball team, the Nashville Sounds. Finally, there were a few references to faith, and Barry is a Christian. Our last singer to unmask this episode is the Swan. And once again, you interneters have me convinced. I should really just start listening to you guys more often. This episode, the Swan hinted while practicing some ballet, I am the Swan here because I refuse to be tuned out. I've played games, I've lived fame, I've seen shame, and I claim on this stage where I came that you won't know my name. I'm someone and no one, I'm rerun and no fun. Throughout the package, we see an inflatable heart, fake vampire teeth, a little ghost, and glitter! The judges' guesses honestly aren't as terrible as they could be this round. Ken said Nina Dobrev, Nicole's guess is Jennifer Love Hewitt, and Robin is going with Sarah Michelle Gellar. I, however, am gonna have to beg to differ, and my guess is Bella Thorne. Listen, she did ballet, definitely had her time in and out of the spotlight, taking on a ton of different projects since she rose to fame on Disney Channel. The vampire teeth and costume had a ton of people thinking Bella Swan from the vampire flick Twilight, famously played by Kristen Stewart. But I think that was just a reference to Thorne's first name and the costume choice. The inflatable heart probably has something to do with her role on the 4th season of Big Love, and the ghost is definitely a reference to her role on the MTV series Scream. But if you have a better guess, let me know in the comments. Yes, we actually read those, and yours might just get a feature in our next video about Group C. While you're down there, go ahead and smash that like button, and make sure you subscribe to Cinema Blend and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of our very good guesses every week.